Let's pull that up. Let's pull up SOT 4 from Jared. We can skip past SOT 3 because Jones did talk about how they didn't want to have anybody jump in front of them. They've felt that pain before, but we can skip past that one, SOT 3. Let's pull up SOT 4 because that's exactly what you're talking about, Ed. Jerry talking last night in the press conference about the need to get a nickel corner and that was their main desire going into last night's first round.
Our planning and discussion really focused in on either a corner or a safety that could get in the nickel. And he easily was the most obvious one that could get in the nickel for us. And we dared think that he might be there available for us. So, number one, that strategically, that was very important.
It's obviously something that they very much need, Ed, but to your point, is that the best use of this guy? I think a lot of that's going to come out in the wash as they go through rookie minicamp, OTAs, as they get their way into training camp. They're going to see this kid on the field and see what he can actually do. So I don't know that, right. Just because they're saying that today doesn't mean that's what's going to happen come September. There's a lot of time for them to work their way through that piece of it, I feel like.
Yeah, and Brian Schottenheimer, said at the Combine or the owners' meetings recently this offseason that as far as Christian Parker goes, I think he's, a really great coach in all aspects of defense on the defensive side of the ball. But he said he's a superstar when it comes to the secondary. Well, if he's a superstar coaching the secondary, and his recent history would suggest that is true, then you give him a versatile player like this who's the fourth best player on your board. And you spoke to it, I think, in the earlier segment that you did for the midday show, that, this is a guy who really should have gone higher, may have been the number one rated player in the entire draft, but the positional value wasn't there because safeties traditionally play so far away from the ball and makes it harder for them in a normal circumstance to affect the game in a way that justifies, a top 10 investment. There have only been, in the last 25 years, 8 safeties taken in the top 10. And he just missed that going at 11. So that's really speaks to traditionally the positional value for a safety like Downs has not been there. But the game is evolving. Just as the game evolved away from the last safety the Cowboys took in the first round, Roy Williams, he comes in and all of a sudden, and he's a run defensive player. He's a hitter. Yeah. And all of a sudden, the game evolves into one where they're playing, 3 and 4 receivers, and it's a passing game, and he's out of place. That's the way it's going now. The other way, these kinds of players like Caleb Downs are becoming more valuable, and that's why you see a player, you could justify taking him in the top 11. You could justify trading a couple picks to secure him with the 11th pick. I think the surprise and the thing that really allowed this to happen for the Cowboys was that John Harbaugh, the new head coach of the division rival New York Giants, did not take him at 10.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh, you look at when he was with the Ravens for 18 years, he had Ed Reed, one of the greatest ball hawk safeties in all of football, and more recently than that, Kyle Hamilton, the very type of player that Caleb Downs is. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he passed on Caleb Downs twice with the Giants is what really allowed the Cowboys to be in this advantageous position to secure Caleb Downs.